Hi everyone, welcome to my studio. My name is Dianne Fago, and here on my channel I share with you collaging and art journaling and junk journaling and mixed media and just all things art journaling like that. And the video that I'm going to share with you today, this is one that I had made over the weekend. I was trying to work in my journals, and I kind of went back and forth on if I should even bother sharing this because I just wasn't sure. So I was really all over the place as far as being really overwhelmed with just life and things, and it was very hard for me to focus. I was wanting to be working in my journals, and I thought that it would be best to kind of work in a bunch, and then it kind of narrowed down to just one. So it's kind of a bit of a journey through this video. I decided to go ahead and share it with you here because everything isn't always perfect, and I have always been very open and honest with you about me and my art journaling and just my creative process and going through dry spells and things like that. And I think a lot of times it's really easy for people to see these videos that are put together, and from beginning to end it just looks like everything just goes wonderful. And it's not like that. It's not like that all the time at all. And there are times when my brain just like freezes up, and I'm wanting to be creative and I'm trying, and it just doesn't always go as planned. And that is kind of how this one went. I talk a lot through my process in it and what I'm thinking and what I'm feeling. And if anything, by your watching this, I hope that it just shows you that it's okay. It's okay to be overwhelmed with what you're wanting to do. It's okay to be overwhelmed just in general. It's a feeling that I experience often. I've got a lot going on. I'm very busy, 3 jobs, trying to survive. And even though I'm wanting to get things done and I feel like I'm in the right mindset to do it, a lot of times it just doesn't work. So, but I still kind of worked through it and I pushed through it, and I was able to get a few things done. So that is the bonus. So I hope that you enjoy this one. And if you aren't a subscriber, if this is your first time here, I am so thrilled and excited to have you here, and I hope that you enjoy this video, that you check out a few of my other videos. Please be sure to subscribe if you're not a subscriber. Hit the like button, leave me a comment. All of those things really help me out, and I've been saying this before, they help other artists out as well. So any YouTubers that you follow, just be sure to give them a thumbs up and give them a like, give them a comment, and subscribe. So I'm gonna go ahead and just switch over to the video and let me know how you're doing. We are still in the depths of winter here in Nebraska. We actually have some sunshine today, so that is helping a lot. It has been very gloomy here, very cold, and that does not help at all. It just kind of adds on to everything. So I hope that you're all doing well. Please take care of yourselves. Please be creative. Make sure that you make some time and some space for your creative self, because we need to do all that we can to nurture that part of us and protect it, and just give it what it needs. So even if it's a little bit, and even if you just try a bit, it's still good. So take care, everyone. I know I've said that a bunch. I know that a lot of us are going through a lot of stuff, and we just need to make sure that we're kind to each other, and we're taking care of each other and ourselves. So I'm going to move the camera over there. Well, the camera's already been moved over there. This video, I think this was from Saturday. that we're getting ready to watch. So today is Wednesday, so trying to get caught up. I will talk to you guys later, and I'm gonna stop rambling. I'm tired, and I just got off of one job and I'm getting ready to go to the second. So all right, I will talk to you guys later. I love you all, and all right. Okay, so I am feeling very, very overwhelmed. Very, very, very overwhelmed and very scattered in my thoughts and everything else. And it is Sunday afternoon, and I spent the morning working on my calendar, just kind of looking at the week and trying to figure that out. Got that done. There's still some other things that I do need to be getting done. I need to get the menu done for the week and silly stuff like that. I've got laundry going, but I have been wanting, I'm feeling the need to just glue images down, and I haven't done anything like that for a little while. I've got several different collage books going, glue books, art journals, whatever you want to call them. They're all the same. For me, they're basically kind of all the same. And I'm not feeling like, well, last night I was trying to cut something out, and I actually did get it cut out, but it was almost like I had to push myself to cut it out because I just was not in the mood to cut it out. The past few days this week, I spent time going through some magazines and trying to harvest some images and some words, and that is always nice. I've got a huge stack of magazines that I'm wanting to go through, and so it always feels good to to go through some of those, because I have a really hard time just throwing a magazine away, because I know that there just could be something in there that's just going to make the best page ever, and so I can't just throw them away. So I've literally had some magazines sitting around for years, and so these past few weeks have been pretty intense. My work week between my day job and my night job has gone, my day job has gone up to about 40 hours a week, and my night job is now 10 to 15 hours a week, sometimes more. And I am exhausted, and I'm trying to get into this new routine, and just really stressed out with just life in general and surviving. Being a single parent is really difficult. So it's been a lot this past month or so. So I haven't been able to do much creative wise. I did get the video made for covering my new art journal, my new collage journal, and I've had that sitting around, and I need to edit it, and I just haven't even felt like doing that, because it started with me just going to be working on covering the back of the journal that I just finished, and while I was doing that, the front of my new journal started coming along and started coming together, and so I kind of went off track of finishing the back and started working on the front, and then I went back to after I finished the front to working on the back, and so that is all mushed together in a whole just glob of videos on my camera. And so I've been, instead of keeping it one big long video, I think it was probably 2.5 hours, something insane like that, I was like, okay, I need to divide this up. So I'm in the process of doing that. But that was really the last anything like creative thing that I've done as far as like gluing stuff down, putting something together. But the past week or so, with everything else that's been going on and just working nonstop, and the times that I didn't
that I felt like doing something, I started just slowly going through some magazines, and that is always it's very soothing to just go through and pull out magazines. And of course I clip out millions of words, and I've got 3 drawers full of clipped out words and phrases. But so I did that, and I was thinking about doing that today, and it's like, no, I've been looking at some of these images that I have cut out, and I think what I'm going to do today is just go through some of these images that I have. I've got a stack of journals here that I've got going on, and that I thought would where some of these images might go into. So I'm not going to be working in one journal specifically, I don't think. And I'm just going to kind of look through my basket. I've got this basket here that's just full of some really, really beautiful images. Some of them are new ones that I have recently found. I think I'm just going to kind of go through them and just look and see maybe where they want to go, and see if I can glue some stuff down, or just at least tuck some stuff into places where I think they might go. But I've got this one here, which is a journal that I started quite a while ago, March 15th, and I am so close to having it finished. I just have these last few pages here to go. Oops, this is stuck on it. And I'm really wanting to get this finished. And it definitely has a very specific vibe and feel to it. And so whenever I see images, I kind of know like if they will work in this journal or not. So I'm wanting to work on that. This is where I had started working on one a long time ago. I haven't done anything in this journal, well, since long before I moved. So I don't know. I haven't probably done anything in here since 2019, maybe 2020, but no, I'd say 2019. Then I've got this one here, which has been quite a project too, that I made this journal long ago, and it sat without me doing anything to it. And here recently I started adding images to it, and it's basically kind of ready to move to the next level. I think there are some places where I still want to add something on top of it. Here and there I've been adding like cutout flowers on top of some of these pages as I find them, or I'll add, a smaller image on top of it. So I've been doing that. I think what I'm going to do with this next is actually, I need to put something here. I think what I'm going to do with this next is sit down with just a bunch of the words and phrases that I have, and that's what's all going to be on here, is just found word. But I figured I would have this one out because I know that there's some in here that, like that one, it needs something else. So I've got that one here. This is a Strathmore. It's on tone tan paper. It's a soft cover. I can't remember the size. It's a 400 series, but I love these tan pages. This was a bigger, where I could add bigger images along the same lines as my pencil journal. Let me grab that. And this one is my pencil journal. This is a Strathmore tone tan, and it's a hardcover. But what I went through with this one is it's simple. I just wanted, on this one, I wanted the image to pretty much say it all, and then if the writing is also just simple, a lot of it is song lyrics or just a quote. But this one has a lot in it, as far as a lot of my life, and I actually was dating this, which was good, but this one gets pretty intense with things that I was going through at the time. So, and it really just, well, it really helped me. I turned to this journal a lot. I had images along these same lines that I really, really liked, and I decided to start adding them into, instead of cutting them up, into a bigger Strathmore. So that's what this is. I call it my pencil journal because I do not write in pen. I do not like writing in pen. I get very anxious when I write in pen because I don't like making a mistake, and so I know that is a big reason that keeps me from writing in journals, is my fear of making a mistake and not being able to erase over it. So so that's what I did. Almost all these are written with pencil. There's just a few where I did some found word, which actually I think that might be the only one. Almost all these are, it's written with pencil, so that is why I call it my pencil journal. So I do have this one. If I find a bigger one that I just really like the image and I, you know, want to add it in here without much work, this one here is probably the one that has the most work in it as far as looking more like my normal collage style. So I got that one. And then I have my Nomad book, which I've been working in. I also have a video going for this one that I have in progress. I've got the page going. I think it's right here. I'm being careful because there's lots of little pieces. Actually, that's one of them. I've got like the found word tucked in there. I've got another page. I can see part of the words poking out right here. This one is in progress. I need to finish it because I'm going to lose the words. But so this is another one. When I see the images, I kind of can tell if it's something that might work in here. I've got some tucked in up front. Like I saw that and I thought, okay, that is really, really cool. I could see that somewhere in this book. Same thing with this one. It's got butterflies behind those frosty windows. So that's why I have those tucked in. I need to finish these pages so that I could actually like flip through and, you know, kind of maybe find some places for some of these ones that I pick out. But for now, I think I might just set them in here if I find something for that. And then, because I just had to start something new, because I don't have enough journals that I'm already working in, I had picked this up at Barnes & Noble. I think it was maybe $10. They have some for a couple other artists, but of course I had to have the Van Gogh one. But I was looking through it and I thought it might be kind of neat to turn this into a journal. So a lot along the same lines as my Field of Dreams book, which is this one here. And I'm not going to be working in this one today because I've already got the florals and, you know, all those images cut out, all the ladies from the catalogs cut out that I'm going to be adding to this, which, you know, that would have been a good, this one would have been a good one for me to turn to for something to do, because I've got it going pretty, you know, I've got a lot of it done. I've got a lot of things cut out, a lot of florals like these cut out that I'm just going to start adding to the pages. That was the next step for this. But basically this started out exactly like this. I went through it, and any place where there was text, I covered over it with an image. So for some reason, I just thought this might be neat to turn into a journal since I love Vincent van Gogh so much. I have this here, which I thought might be, at first I had it up front. I thought that might be cool. It's my palette from a workshop that I took with Betty Franks. And I kept that because I just thought it was too pretty to throw away. So I might stick this in here. And then as I was going through stuff the other night, I had come across both of these, and I thought, I thought they might be neat up front. I think both of these are from Flow. I think these are both from Flow magazine. This one obviously is because it says Flow, but I thought that this might be kind of neat to have up front. So this is going to probably turn into some sort of a glue book type, collage type art journal situation. But so I've got this also. This is really cool. I thought this would be neat to put in the front of one of my journals. I don't think it'll go with this one. I don't know if I want it in the front of my new one. So this might need to be set aside for something else, but I thought that would be really cute to have it, you know, like on the main page. But I kind of like how these go along with the fact that this is Vincent. So I've got this. I don't know if I'll really find anything to put in it, but we'll see. I wanted to have it out just in case, because I really don't know, like, what... Here's some sunflowers right here. I just don't know. I don't know where this one's going, so I'm definitely not going to start gluing things down, but I for sure might, you know, do things like this. So I might just tuck this in because it looks really nice here. Actually, that covers up that text just perfectly. Look at that. So yeah, that's what I've got going on. I know there's obviously more sunflower paintings in here because Vincent did several sunflower ones. So I saw, let me see, I think this is the one that I saw. I'm not sure because he did several. I saw one. I've got to see a self-portrait at the Detroit Institute of Art, and it was the most incredible thing that I ever experienced. I saw one of these. I don't know if it was that one. There's the sunflowers down there. Okay, so that's just kind of where I'm at, where my brain is trying to be. Because I'm just, like I said, I'm in overwhelm mode. And I think I also saw something on YouTube came up, and it's called trauma freeze response, something like that, which I get that too. So this is something that now that, I mean, I can't tell you how long it took me just to even like decide to do this. I mean, it was difficult for me to even just get to this point to figure out what I wanted to do. So that's where we are. That is where we are. So all right, this is my basket that I have, and I've got this sitting on my work area over there by the window, and I love this basket because it's just full of just anything and everything. And I have just been tossing things in here instead of like organizing them by subject, you know, like florals. I have all my florals in a drawer. I've got, you know, all my outside images in a drawer. I've got all my just, you know, just things like that. I've got things pretty well organized, but this is not. And which leads me to another thing seeing these is while I was cutting out images from some of these magazines, I felt the need to start saving some of the leftover bits and pieces of images that I didn't need or didn't want, or I would cut out part of it that I thought I might use. So just as an example, I was going through a travel magazine and there was all of these with blue, and so I started cutting that out. This is what made me think of it, because I saw this. I don't know why. I felt drawn to doing that, and so I did. I've started it, and I don't know where it's going to go. I don't know if it's going to go anywhere. I don't know if I'm going to be collecting these little bits and pieces that I will never ever use. I don't know. And so since I kind of felt that desire to do this, I thought it was best to listen to that instead of ignore it. So even though I have no idea where this is going or wanting to go, I just really felt like I needed to start cutting out some of these things to the point to where I reorganized my drawer units that I have all my collage images in. They're in, and I'll show a picture up here, but they're in the plastic units that have the drawers in them. You can actually take them apart to adjust how many they have in them. I used to have them all stacked up, and they were beside my work area, and I was able to kind of downsize what I had in my space here, and just only had them under my cupboard. But with me doing this, at first I was just going to get some bins and have them in just open bins, and I had gone to the Goodwill, and of course as I was there I totally forgot to look for things like that or anything that would work for this. But then when I got home, I remembered that I actually had some extra drawer units back in storage in a closet. And so I decided to use those and use what I had instead of buying something new. Plus, besides buying it, I'd have to find space to where to put these bins. So I ended up reworking what I had in the drawers underneath my cupboard, and I added a shelf over here that's now sitting on top my work area, not a shelf, but some drawers. So there's six of them now beside me, and in those I have what I use the most. And so I've got my Bella Grace, my small Bella Grace images, so my images from Bella Grace magazine that are smaller. I've got my images from Bella Grace magazine that are large. I have those separated because I use images from that magazine so much. I turn to them all of the time, and so it is worth it for me to keep them separated from just my drawer that has people in it. So I've got that. I've got my drawer that has people. Then I've got butterflies, florals, and what's the last one? I think that's it. Oh, watches and jewelry. So now, instead of those being under my cupboard where I have to open up the cupboard doors, I've got a bin, I've got to squat down, and they're kind of, well, they're not out here on my area where I use them the most. Now those are beside me, and underneath I have a drawer where I've got red, orange, yellow, green, blue, pink, purple, and white, brown, black. So those are my categories. So since, I don't have a lot, it's easy for me to group them together in colors like that. So that's, that is that. I need to get a drink of coffee. Okay, so that, doing that project kind of took me off target. It just shows you, there's another example of how scattered I've been, because I was, really working on one thing, and it totally branched off into getting these drawers done to organize this stuff. But it is done, and we'll see where that goes. But that's why I pulled these out, because I could see these going in that drawer. So let me put these back. Okay, so let's see what we've got going on in here. And I've got these clipped together because I thought these would look nice together. Well, they had those placed on the magazine that if I cut one out, I've got the other side. I just noticed that. They had them exactly to where, that's pretty crazy. But I kept this because it says it has, step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. So I thought that however I use these, it would be neat to, I need to put this one away, that it would be neat to add where it says step 1, 2, 3, 4. So like for these, which ones would I want to use? Gosh, I get to choose now. Yeah. Okay. So like, let's see. I need a longer space to put these. And a lot of these images, almost all of the images in this journal here are from Bella Grace magazine. I had a bunch that I, excuse me, that I really wasn't using for anything else, and I didn't know if I would use them. So I decided to go ahead and just start, you know, adding them here into this journal. See, so I could do like that. And then I would put step 1, 2, 3, 4, but I don't know if I like that there. There's too many lines. With the lines going on in the back and the lines on the feathers, that is a little overwhelming for me. These might not fit in here actually. I don't know if I like her there. I could easily cover her up. I think actually I like that better. There's something I don't, except it's a little bit too, I don't want to cover a lot of those up because I really like that. But I like that better already. I wonder what I don't know if I can peel her off or not. I might be able to. Oh, look at that. Let's see if I can. This is just put down with mono adhesive, which makes me a little nervous that I'm able to peel this off. I mean, it's stuck down well, but there. Okay, we'll set a sticker there. I like that a lot better. All right, let's see here. You know, since this is paper on paper and there's some of these have got a couple of layers of paper on it, I think I'm going to go ahead and use my glue stick. Got some, what is that? Parchment paper I'm going to use to glue on. Glue stick. I'm pretty sure that I like this better because of the blue. I like the blue on of the feathers. With the pink, and it picks up the blue over there. I like rubbing my images down with a soft towel just to make sure they're down good and kind of helps with the wrinkles. This is really silly. I guess it's not, but I'm already feeling a little bit better. Except, I don't know if I want to use a glue stick because I can feel that wrinkled underneath there a little bit. I'm really glad that I kept these little bits of paper now that say step 1 and 2, 3. Did not do a good job cutting that one out though, it's all wonky. Okay, I like that a lot better than what it was. It's amazing how much of a big sigh of relief I feel. And it actually, it's got me thinking, I kind of feel like I need one in the top corner just to make it different. And I had totally forgotten about this, but I just had a little vision of a memory come up of me in elementary school. I know I was in elementary school because I can see my bedroom and I know that I was in elementary school in that bedroom. So, 1st grade through 5th grade. Yeah, so 1st grade through 5th grade. And I used to cut out images from magazines back then. I had completely forgot about that. Completely. I don't remember what I did with them. I must have put them in something. I must have glued them into something. Of course, I don't have any of that. We moved several times when I was little, so, you know, and when you're a kid, a lot of times you don't think that to keep stuff like that because it's just stuff, you know, so, but I do. I remember I remember sitting with magazines, with my mom's magazines, and cutting things out. Wow, I had totally forgot about that. All right. Let's see what else is in our basket. That's a good start. That is a good start. So I'm gonna just leave that open, I think. I don't know. These here, I feel like they could go in this. I can see these. Let me move this. This is going to be journals, a whole time of journals swapping around here. I can totally see these on one of these pages. And these I'm going to just tuck in because those will be ones that I want to do, you know, all together. With this one I was thinking about trimming that here and having it be that little tip out right there. Alright, so I'm going to set those in here. Those aren't, I'm not doing anything in this book. This will be all on its own. But at least they're tucked in with that. This is that one that I had cut out. There was part of an arm here, but I love how that has the roses around there. I don't know if I can find something for that. I've got these together because they're all tree trunks, forest and tree trunks. I didn't know if there'd be any way to kind of meld these together somehow. That one is so close. So close. It's close enough that it'd probably work. So I'm not sure what I want to do with these or where they want to go, if they want to go together or not. So I'm going to keep them clipped together. And the same thing with this. These colors are the same, but they line up. You see that? How the blue and the peach color. So I want these to be together. So I clipped them together so that they don't get separated from each other. And these, well, I don't know. I was going to say these could actually go in this journal also. Or they could go, I'm not sure. This is me overthinking things a little bit. I really, really like that. I like that all on its own, so that might be one to put in here. I could do something to add on to it a little bit, maybe. I'm wondering, well, you can't see those. There we go. There's just so much goodness in here. It's a little bit overwhelming. And I had gone through some of my floral, my drawer with florals in it not long ago, and just started pulling stuff out. And that's what all of this is right here. Because I was like, oh my gosh, I love that, oh my gosh, I love that, oh my gosh, I love that. And I started pulling them all out, but then it's like, okay, now what? And so here they are, here they sit. And I mean, look at the colors. Obviously, I was really needing some colors. But you can tell that it's winter here. It's winter and we're covered with snow, and everything is white and gray and brown. There's no green anywhere. It's been gloomy, gloomy, gloomy outside. We haven't had much sunshine. It has been bitterly, bitterly cold for a while. Like, I think we managed to, with the wind chill, go down to 50 below there for a few days. I've got, my room is totally just shut up. I've got thermal curtains and they're light blocking. And so no light gets in here. I had to put sheets, flannel sheets up over my sliding door to help keep that coldness out. And it's just like living in a cave right now. See, this is when you've got like so much stuff that for me, it's just, it's a lot. And it's like I want to use them, but then I overthink about where to put them. And now thinking about the Vincent one, I'm not sure how, I don't know. I don't know if this one is gonna, well, I know I've got, I just don't know. This one is still so up in the air on what I'm gonna do with it. That kind of like that there. I don't know, because this is, you know, old paintings trying to incorporate new images with it. So that's why I think I'm struggling a little bit. So the easiest way to do this is going to be to match like colors and whatnot. I'm not sure what to do with this. Okay, I'm going to set that over there. This was supposed to be a relaxing venture, and I'm already kind of making myself feel a little overwhelmed. I don't know. Once again, a lot of these are Bella Grace, and if I put something in it that's not, it almost feels like it doesn't fit. And I think part of that is just because the fabric, the paper is like a matte paper and it's thick, and you know, magazine is glossy and it's none of the others. I wonder. Let's see. That looks pretty right there. I feel like this video is going nowhere. Oh my goodness. I'm afraid I'm going to mess up that one. Let me, you know, I think I need to, let's see. Let's go back to this one. I know okay. I think I'm trying to, like, maybe I need to just focus in one book. Because right now, me being scattered and with trying to decide which journal to put stuff in, I think that's just intensifying, like, the problems focusing that I'm already having. So, I am pulling out a couple of these because I know that I want to probably put them in my Nomad book. And that's these. Because I can see these going in my Nomad book. This one here, I'll put something over that, you know, whatever works, whatever fits in that spot. Okay. For now, what can I add to her? Let's get, I got some stuff here. Both of these pages, I feel like, you know, they need something. They need something. Alright, I need to clear this stuff off, because I do not do well with visual clutter when I'm trying to work on something. I don't know if I can find a place for that. And this is just all sorts of jewelry that's been cut out of some magazines. I just got it here. I've got a whole drawer full of more jewelry. But I really like these. These are going to be cool to cut out and put somewhere. It'd be neat to have her standing on something. Like, she could be standing on a watch face. But the problem is that she's glued down, so it's not like my normal collage when I would trim underneath there and, you know, really make it look like she was standing on it. So, what do I got? Got some florals. All of these are just bits and pieces of ones that I've cut from, you know, as I've been working on other things. Some of them are cut out, but most of them are not. Put a little flower in her hair. I kind of see something these are all just like, none of these are complete flowers. Most of them are just cut off pieces of leftover ones. If that makes any sense. pieces. These are rings, pretty much. These are florals that I've already cut out just to be placed wherever. Well, some of them are, not all of them are cut out. But I think these are probably all too big for what I am seeing going on. There's some cool those were just a bit smaller, even though I like how that's kind of wisping around her. It kind of mimics her dress. But I really hate to cut on the bottom, all the bottom of that off, but I was seeing like, yeah, I don't like that on there now. I don't think. I could change my mind easily. We are under another dense fog advisory. I think we've been under one for the past week. That is why my thing just went off. That might be kind of neat to have something in there that's, I don't know if I have something that would work that was two-sided. Where's that one picture? This would actually work because it's got something on both sides. So I wish those were curved that way, like both of them, because that would look really neat there. Excuse me. I kind of like that there. There's a small sunflower. Well, it is much later now. It is actually 6 o'clock. I started feeling so overwhelmed and so frustrated with everything that I was trying to do that I just turned the camera off, and actually I ended up and I went and laid down and I took a nap. So I've already rambled on for I think at least an hour with this. I am going to go ahead and I'm going to adhere this one down. And then I think I'm going to stop recording because I'm just not sure where I'm going to go with all this. I do feel better now that I rested a little bit. I know that some of this is just me being exhausted, and I was finally like, okay, I need to stop. I need to lay down and rest, and that is what I did. So I'm kind of going back and forth now if I even want to share this, but I guess this is just a good representation of how, you know, things don't always come together as easily as it looks. Let me make sure I get this lined up. I don't want that hanging off the side. I like how this looks on here. I like the contrast between the background and the flowers, and you can see a little bit of flower here from that page. That just looks really pretty all together when it's open up like that. I think that's why I really like this flower there. So yeah, I think this is just a good representation of how, or a good example of how things just don't always fall into place as easily as it looks. And I might later just kind of flip through. I think my problem looking back on everything is that in hindsight now, if I would have just like said I'm going to work in this one only, I think I might have done okay. But my grabbing this big old huge basket of all these images that could go in all these different journals, and me trying to think when I look at one of them which journal it could go in, when I was already in a very overwhelmed state as it was, that probably wasn't really the most brightest thing for me to try to accomplish at that moment. So I think that later I'm just going to stay with this one and go through it and look through the basket. I've got some other containers that have just smaller things that I can add on to, and I might just kind of do that, because normally this is a very relaxing and calming and soothing thing for me to do, and I think just kind of with where I was at that moment, it wasn't really smart for me to do that. So anyways, that's what I'm going to do. Like I said, I believe I've already rambled on through all of that for almost an hour. So I'm going to shut this and I'm going to say goodbye for now. And I hope that you are all doing well. This is for sure a rough and rocky time for me. It's going to be like this actually through the end of the school year. So we're getting ready to go into February, so my busyness with work, with my jobs, is going to be it's going to be like this through May. So anyways, I hope that you are all doing really well. Thank you so much for being here. If you lasted through this whole video, thank you. Good for you, because you know what? I didn't. So, I did, but I didn't. I guess if anything, if you learn, if you know, if you're struggling as much as I obviously was then, you know, it's okay to stop. It's okay to stop. You don't have to push it if it's not working, if it's not flowing. For me, I just have to take a step back. If I don't, I'm gonna just do things that I regret later, and I won't like what I have on my page, and I'll end up covering it up later. So I've just kind of been learning that if things aren't working, then they're not working, and that's okay. And, you know, maybe tonight I'll either sit and just look through this, or I might just go back and stick with harvesting images for a while. Maybe that's like the thing that I'm supposed to be doing right now. So, obviously so, since I on this weird thing with saving all these parts and pieces of different colors of magazine images. So I will talk to you all later. Thank you so much. If you have not already subscribed, I would love to have you as a subscriber here on my channel. And I am very thankful to have each and every one of you here. And just take care of yourselves. And I love you so very much. And I will talk with you all again here in a little bit. Bye-bye.